Hi, I'm Dan. This is Vinyl Fury, and I'm back to show another 5 records that I brought in the last 6 months or so. Let's do it. First is a 2023 reissue of Mogwai's Young Team from 1997. I believe this was their first full-length album. And aside from the original, I know there was a 2008 box set that was expensive. $100, maybe a little bit more, depending on when and where you found it. And I was never intrigued by that. And I don't think I've ever had this on any physical format. I've always had the MP3s, and I've always enjoyed the record. And then I saw this pretty reasonably priced reissue. It's on kind of a sky blue vinyl. It's a double LP. Mogwai, as you may know, is a primarily instrumental post-rock, art rock, ambient rock band that I have really enjoyed for a long time. I'm actually going to see them. Today's Thursday as I record this, so I'll be seeing them on Saturday for at least the 4th, maybe the 5th time, which will be great. Their new album came out not that long ago. Too expensive on vinyl for me. And even the CD, which they've only released so far, is a 2-disc set limited to, I think, 2,000, which is quite a bit for a CD these days, but it's $25. I don't know what they were thinking with that. I won't be doing that. It's certainly not new. So until they put out a regular edition of their new album on CD, I'll just be streaming it. I enjoyed it, but I'm just not doing that. But this sounded great, dynamic, plenty of low end. So yeah, Young Team reissue. I can recommend that. One of the bands that I totally fell in love with during the mp3.com pure volume era of music online, discovering bands, was Code 7. This was their first album. It's kind of a long EP. This is from 1999, and I probably found this right around then, or 2000. It's called Division of Labor. It's never been on vinyl, and it was released last year, 2024. I wasn't sure I was going to get it. It seemed intriguing, but, I couldn't imagine it would sound very good. But I found it in the used section for $18. And then I was intrigued. So I gave it a shot. Surprisingly good sounding, actually. And I hadn't listened to the whole album in quite a while. Really brought back a lot of memories. This is a very distinct piece of my musical journey as a teenager. So it's kind of wild to have it on vinyl all these years later. But a really, really cool find. Love Code 7. And, much to my delight, they put out a new record in 2023 called Go Let It In. I think this is at the very end of 2023. And again, I wasn't going to get this on vinyl. I had listened to it digitally and thought, this production probably not going to translate all that well to spend $25 on it, so I'd rather not. But then I saw somewhere, I think on a message board, that for some reason on Amazon it was like $13. It has been almost 20 years between their previous album in 2004 and this. I always hoped that I would hear more, but it didn't seem very likely. And out they came with this, and it's excellent. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. The difference between the sound of the band here and Division of Labor, not a completely stark contrast, but it's an evolution for sure. Through The Rescue and Dancing Echoes Dead Sounds, there's more synth stuff, there's more restrained melody, it's less heavy, but this definitely has its moments of heaviness. The first single, Hold Tight, which is a great music video for that I'll link below. The outro, the ending of that song, takes a tonal shift and it has this huge outro, and it's so great, and it actually translated really well on the record, and plenty of low end, in my opinion. It sounded pretty good. I was very pleased and got it for a great price. Above all, I'm glad that it exists. I love Code 7, and I really hope that I get to see them again. It's been a very long time. Another one that I wasn't really interested in getting on vinyl at first, but I enjoyed when listening to it was the latest from Iron and Wine. This is Light Verse from 2024 on Sub Pop. And I came across this on a sidewalk sale, and I believe it was $15. So I got it. This is the Loser edition on this clear blue, kind of hazy vinyl. Quite nice. Matches the art very well. It's just more great stuff from Sam Beam in his particular style that he does so well, the indie folk. And he wandered off that path in like the 2010, 12, 14 era. Kind of came back to it with the one before this. What was it called? Beast Epic. And definitely where he excels. And this was an enjoyable record for sure. And I think that catches me up for the new vinyl purchases that I've made. And we'll start getting into the used finds. We're going to end this video with Ralph Towner Diary. This is a white label promo that I found. He's a guitarist. He's on a 12-string and classical guitar here, as well as piano. This is from 1973 on ECM. Just more excellent ECM music, which I really enjoy. Looks like this is a radio station copy. KPLU, I believe, is from Seattle, 1973. Excellent find. I think this was like $6. Perfect. All right, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. And in case I need to clear up any confusion from the end of my video that I put out just before the end of last year, where I said that I didn't know when I was going to be making any more videos, and then I actually wasn't sure if I was going to anymore. I meant that, but I wasn't trying to say that this was the end, because even at the time, I didn't really think that it was. I just wasn't sure how long it was going to take for me to come back and do any of this. And I've said that several times over the years, especially the last like 3 or 4 years. I've just thought out loud about how often I'm going to do this, for how long am I going to do this, am I going to stop at some point? I mean, yeah, I imagine I will. And at that point, at the end of last year, I was like, I don't know when I'm going to start fitting this into my life again. But it hit me the last couple weeks, which is why this is the second video I've done this month. And I probably have at least 2 more videos worth of records to show. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But a few people were saying, you know, I'll miss you, and which was great. Thank you for the comments. I really appreciate that. It's nice to be reminded that people actually watch this stuff and get something out of it. So I really do appreciate it. But I'm not done yet. And I would say if I was, I wouldn't want to disappear. I wouldn't want to shut everything down and blow it all up, anything like that. I would try to be deliberate about it if it comes to that. So, all that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, enjoy your music.